Alright, guys. Welcome to finance. So right now it's all about finance. Yeah, money, money, money. All right. So this first video we're gonna do simple interest. And for simple interest, it's very simple. Basically, you have cash and you want to invest it. Ne? Let's say for example you have 1,000 rands and you want to invest it. So that's 1,000 rand when you invest it. So you invest it for 3 years, right? You put it into an investment account that earns you an interest of 10%, right, per annum. So what that means, that 10%, it means every year you will get 10% of 1,000 rand. Ne? So that's how it's calculated. So you have 1,000 rand, 10% of that is 100 rand. That means over these 3 years you're gonna get 100 rand per year, right? Which is 10% of the principal being the money that you had, the one that you did invest, right? Yeah. So now to calculate how much money you will have at the end of the 3 year period, it will be the 1,000 rand plus the interest you gain over 3 year period. That is 100 rand, another 100 rand, another 100 rand. That's 300. So 1,000 plus 300, 1,300. That's how much money you will have at the end of the 3 year period. Ne? So yeah, that is just in short in that simply saying that is simple interest. I'm gonna write stuff down and we're gonna derive the formula for simple interest together and then do a couple of examples. Then we call it a day for simple interest. We go to compound. Yeah, cool. So I said you have okay. So the formula that we're going to derive at the end of, right, the derivation, it's a equals to p into 1 plus I n, right? That is the formula that we'll be having at the end of our derivation, right? So before I go deep, let me just identify a few things. So this right here is the principal amount, right? Which is the money that you had, right? The money that you invested. That's the principal. And then this one right here, this is the accumulated amount, meaning, yeah, the money you have accumulated after the duration, right? And here's the duration, which could be a number of years. Actually, yeah, let me say n is a number of years. And if your investment was done, say for example 6 months, you will say the investment was for 0.5 years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then right here we have the I, which is the interest, right? Yeah, I is the interest that interest that you're getting on your principal, right? But yeah, so let us get started. So I said you have 1,000 rand, right? 1,000, and then that 1,000 rand you invested, ne? For 3 years, ne? And equals to, so this is P, and then you invested for 3 years, right? You invested for 3 years, so N is equals to 3, and the interest you're getting is like 10%, right, per annum. So now we can find the interest, which is 10%. We'll say 1,000 rand multiplied by 0.1, which is 10%, and we're getting 100 rands, ne? 100 rand. So you have that, you're done. Now the question is how long will you be investing your money, right? And in our example, we said we are investing the money for 3 years. So now, therefore, the accumulated amount is going to be 1,000 rand plus, right? This is the 10%, right? So I will say 1,000 rand. The 10% we are multiplying it by, no, not the 10%. The 1,000 rand we are multiplying by 10%, which is 0.1, to actually get what? The interest, of which this interest we will multiply by the duration, which is 3 years. Ne? So now you realize, let me just do something, common factor, right? So we take it out. If we take it out, we have 1,000. We have 1 plus 0.1 multiplied by 3, right? Which is exactly the formula. You have your principal amount right? There is 1 over there, and then there's interest multiplied by number of years, interest multiplied by number of years, right? So this is just basically how it is. You will even understand it much more better when we do examples if you don't get it now, right? But right now, all I want to do is um yes, all I want to do is what's the word, derive the formula with you guys together. Yeah, cool stuff. So we're still gonna use 1,000 rand. We're still gonna use 10%. We're still gonna use, so n is the only thing that is going to change, né? So say for example here n equals to 1. Let me go for red. So n is equals to 1, right? So you're only investing it for a year. That means you're going to get, how much are you going to get? You're going to get, I'll say, or let me just set this. It will be 1,000 rand, the one you invested, plus the interest which you're going to get, which is 1,000 rand multiplied by 10% is 0.1. Multiply by 1 because they're just investing it for 1 year, right? You see that, oh, okay. So this is basically 1,000 rand, 1 plus 0.1 multiplied by 1, right? Which of course you can write the final amount. At the moment, we don't really care about the final amount, né? We don't really care about the final amount. Because right here we're just trying to make sure that like you get the formula where it's coming from, yeah? So now say let's invest the money for 2 years. So what's going to change now is like you have, okay, n equals 2, so you have 1,000 rand plus, now this is calculation for the interest. Now you have your interest, which is 10% of 1,000. This is us getting that 10% of 1,000, and then we are multiplying now by 2 instead of 1 because now the investment is for the duration of 2 years. So now it's 1,000 rand, you have 1 plus 0.1, then we are multiplying by 2. Do you see that? Multiplying by 2. And of course we did the n equals 3, and from the n equal 3 we saw that we got 1,000 rand into 1 plus 0.1 multiplied by 3. So we see that the only thing that changes is what? The only thing that keeps on changing is n, right? But otherwise, the formula for simple interest is accumulated amount is equals to your principal into 1 plus interest rate multiplied by n being the number of years. Yeah? That was quite okay. So now let's go and do a couple of examples, see if we really understand the formula and how it works. All right. So here there's this dude. Oh, yeah, an amount of 3,500, yeah, is invested in a savings account which pays a simple interest, right? Keyword simple. Let me use red. Simple interest. Right. 7.5 per annum, right? Calculate the balance accumulated by the end of 2 years. We know the formula, right? And its accumulated amount equals to principal into 1 plus I being the interest n, right? What's the principal? It's 3,500. 3,500, and 1 plus, what's your interest rate? It's 0.075, which is 7.5, right? Multiply by how many years? It's 2 years, this one. So yeah, just like that, bro, just like that. It's not really complicated. You see what I mean? Then you just go press your calculator. 1 plus 0.075, yeah, boy, times 2. 1 point, yes, yeah. So we see that at the end of that period, the money that the dude will have is 4,525, ne? Cool. And then let me show you something. Someone can actually ask you from this question, someone can then say, okay, how much interest did our guy gain from this investment? Then you will say, so that interest, it will be or interest, it will be your accumulated amount minus your principal, which is, oh no, yes, 4,250 minus 3,500, right? And the answer, probably 5,000, no, 525, 3500, yes, 525. So you see now, this is the interest that our dude earned, right? But we also know another way in which we can calculate the interest our dude earned in the duration of the 2-year period. We could just say IN, right? Which is 0. Oh no, I left P. I left P. So that is going to be 3,500 multiplied by 0.075 times 2. Let's see how much we get. So you have 3,500 multiplied by 0.075. You see, multiply by 2, my friend, we're getting 525, exactly the amount we got. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the next question. Oh, a bank, it offers a savings account, right, which pays a simple interest, né? At the rate of 6% per annum. If you want to accumulate, the keyword, you want to accumulate, meaning this is your accumulated amount, right? Or this is the amount you want to reach, right? In 5 years, you want to reach that amount. How much should you invest? No, when you read this question, they also gives you an idea of, what are you actually asking me, right? So here, how much should I invest right now? That's the principal amount, right? And we are trying to find what? The principal amount. So you go to your formula. Your formula A equals to P1 plus IN, right? But also something that I love to do, especially in these kinds of problem, I would say the traditional way, it is after you've written the formula, you substitute and then you'll work out the rest, right? But what I'd love to do is, since I know I'm calculating for P, I can see here on the formula 1 plus IN, right, divided by 1 plus IN, right? When I do that, these, they cancel, and then I can say, therefore, P equals to A over 1 plus IN, right? So after I'm done with that, I know it's a lot of work, but it really, I don't like drama when I'm, solving problems. So yeah, it helps me a lot. And let me show you why I'm saying it helps me. Because now I write that formula that I have, A over 1 plus IN, right? Then I substitute 15,000 over 1 plus 0.06 times 5. And guess what? The next thing I have is the final answer. 15,000 divided by 1 plus 0.06. Let me see. 1, 2. Yes. 0.06 multiplied by 5. And now, how much am I getting? I am getting 11,538.46, right? So now this is how much I have. The reason I love this formula, I love, when you're working with things like step 1, write the formula. Step 2, substitute. Step 3, calculator. Step 4, write the answer. I love those things. I love those things. Other than that, you would have to press the calculator many times, but yeah, let's move on, friends. Let's move on. So Sally wanted to calculate the number of years she needed to invest, or she needed to invest 1,000 rand. For in order to accumulate 2,500, right? She has been offered a simple interest of 8.2 per annum. How many years will it take her to get to 2.5, right? So you can already hear we're calculating the number of years, né? So yeah, I mean, do you want to? We can also okay, let me start doing it the traditional way first. It's A, right? You write your formula, 1 plus IN, right? Then you substitute, you want to get to 2,500, right? You're investing 1,000 rand, and 1 plus I, which is 0.082 multiplied by n, the one you are trying to calculate. The second step, you divide by 1,000, right? So we divide by 1,000, you're gonna get 2.5. You're gonna get 2.5, right? You have 1 plus 0.082n, right? And then after you go that side, you subtract 2.5 minus 1 equals to 0.082n. You have 1.5 equals to 0.02n, and then 1.5 divided by 0.02, not 02, bro, what am I saying? 0.82n. Oh my word. 0.8282n. Yeah, so it's 1.5. That gives you n, which gives you how much? Which gives you 1.5 divided by 0.082. Yeah, what? Hey. The number I'm getting here is okay. 18 years. 18 years. Let me see. Probably I did a mistake somewhere. Let me see. So here we are dividing by 1,000. 2,500 divided by 1,000. It should be 2.5 exactly. Then you have 1, and then this one goes that side to be minus. You have 1.5 divided by this. You're getting okay, I'm getting some like 18.29, I think, right? 18.29. So let's just hold that number. Put it here, 29 and equals to, right? Let's just hold it. I want to solve this problem again, right? Doing it the way I would, low-key prefer to do it. So I would make n the subject of the formula first, right? And by doing that, I have a divided by p here. I have 1 plus in, right? Then I have a divided by p minus 1 plus, no, equals to in, right? Then I would say, therefore, n equals to a divided by p minus 1 divided by I, right? And now I substitute 2,500 1,000 minus 1 divided by 0.082, and I'm getting my end. You see how simple it was, bro? Like you get the this is why I prefer it. I don't know, maybe I prefer it this way. Yeah, I prefer it this way. So let's go. I have 2,000. Let me do this. 2,500 divided by 1,000, and then minus 1. Yabo, 0.02882. So yabo, I'm still getting which is a crazy amount of years. Yeah, that's a lot of years, but like, I can never do it. Imagine, bro, like you have to 1,000 rand, you have to wait 18 years. No. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think let me do this now. So let me take, say, 1,000 rand, multiply by 0.0. I can actually do this. 8.2 shift. Yeah. So each and every year you get 82 rands ne, each and every year. So now I'll say 82 multiplied by 10. I just can't believe this 18 years. Like, imagine having to wait, let's say 15 years. So then in 15 years time, getting an interest of 82 rand per year, that's 1000. Okay, so in total you'll have 2230. We like 17 years, 2000, 80.29. Let's see. It's close, but yeah, no. Nah, 18 years is a lot. All right, focus. When his son was 6 years old, Philip made an investment 5,040 rands in a bank. Yeah, the investment accrued at a simple interest. It accrued a simple interest, and when Philip's son was 18 years, so it's like 18 years later now. The value of the investment was amounted to that much, 7,000 a couple. At what rate was the money invested? So now we're calculating I. Let's do it my way. My way says make I subject of the formula. So then I have this over P minus 1 equals to IN. So it's basically almost the same as the one we had. So therefore I here is going to be A over P minus 1 divided by N, which is 7,338.245040 minus 1. Okay, so he was 6 years old, and then later on he was 18 years old. That is a 12-year period. So divided by 12, and I am getting 7,338.245040, and then subtract 1, divide by 12, and the rate is 0.038, which is 3.8%, right, per annum, right? Always. So guys, that is the end of simple interest. It's really simple. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in another one.